Hello guys, my name is Naomi. This is my kid Willow who's joining us for today's video. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about something that I've been thinking about quite a lot lately. As you may know, with AI and the technology and the world changing so much, it just feels so uncertain. There's also this new trend of people being offline, which for me, as someone who has been chronically online for over 10 years, I know, crazy to say that. It's crazy to see how much has changed in the online realm and how the world's changing both offline and online. So that's something I want to talk about and share my opinion, my point of view, and perhaps have a discussion in the comment section down below. So let's get started. I honestly feel somewhat blessed that I was born in the early 2000s because growing up in Eastern Europe, I got the best of both worlds. I still had the experience of the old school technology and growing up with no phone, even though I did get my first phone when I was 8 years old. I had very strict parents, so I wasn't allowed to go outside as a child by myself. My parents would take me outside or to go to school, and go home from school they would pick me up. I never really get to experience that type of childhood that I hear from other people who spend their childhood years playing outside. I pretty much just stayed inside watching TV, playing video games, and I had some extracurricular activities that my parents would take me to, like horse riding, playing tennis, and basketball. But other than that, Disney Channel was my childhood. I seriously adored Disney Channel. And when I got my first phone when I was 8 years old, it was a flip phone, which is crazy to me that children these days are getting brand new iPhones. I could never. It was a flip phone that my parents gave to me just in case something happens. I only had the Snake game and only had 3 contacts: my father's phone number, my mother's phone number, and my grandparents. But that was basically it, all I had on that phone. And later on, when I was 9 years old, I got to explore on my computer after playing video games the internet. And as you may know, social media. I found out about Facebook, which was huge back then. Nowadays, I don't know if anyone even uses Facebook except for boomers. I'm sorry if you're using Facebook, but yeah, back then it was like the hot thing to be on. All the cool kids were on Facebook, so I made an account and oh my god, it was like some insane world to me that unlocked out of nowhere, together with YouTube and then of course a few years later Tumblr, and we heard it. At that age, as a 9-year-old child, I saw so many things no one should see, but I also found out about so many communities. I was obsessed with watching YouTubers. Back then it was considered really cringe. My classmates would make fun of people who are on YouTube talking to a camera, that they basically have no friends, that it's super lame and stuff like that. But to me it just felt so magical. It genuinely felt like people were searching for a connection and just genuinely sharing their interest with no ulterior motive, how no one was afraid to be cringe. And now I feel like social media are taken way too seriously. Back then, to me, it felt like it was so cool to be on social media because you were connected with the entire world, but now it just feels like this space where you're curating your personality and how you want other people to perceive you, but mainly for marketing. It just feels like everyone wants to sell you something. And back then, Facebook ads didn't even exist. I remember when YouTube implemented 5 seconds long advertisements and people went nuts. Everyone was like, are you serious? And now sometimes you get like a 2-minute long advertisement that you can't skip every few minutes. I remember people who were making content on social media back then, like artists, actors. You could message them and they would reply to you. I remember Ariana Grande, Selena Gomez, so many artists interacting with people online, I would personally reach out to YouTubers from my country and message them, and they will reply back. It's just crazy to think that you could become friends with just anyone. I'm pretty sure that the amount of DMs they get now is definitely more than they used to back then. And this seemed like so much fun for me. I always wanted to share and have some sort of community online with people of my interest, because as a child I always struggled with making friends. I generally had no friends growing up. I just craved this connection. For me, it was genuinely so bad. Since I had very strict parents and I wasn't allowed to go outside at all I had was the internet. Everything I did was really controlled. I wasn't allowed to upload anything basically of my life on social media. I remember trying to record a gameplay when I was, I think, 11 years old. It was the Sims 2 gameplay. I had this very low quality microphone that I took from my brother. I started to play and I was just whispering so that no one could hear me. I was like, "Hello, welcome. Let's play." It was so bad. So this was something that I always wanted, but never was really allowed to try out. And I was so jealous of people who had their own channels and making videos about their interests. Makeup was really big back then. Challenges, gameplays. It just felt like there are so many things on the internet, and the algorithm wasn't trying to push you things down your throat that were supposed to influence you to buy something. It just genuinely felt like people making videos out of joy. I think the algorithm right now is so bad. Back then, you would get so much more diversity on your homepage, but now all I have to do is search up one interest, one hobby, and I will only get videos about that one thing. I'm so tired of that. When I work out and watch the videos on YouTube, I only get recommended workout videos. It feels impossible to find a video you are interested in right now on YouTube. Same with like Instagram. You are following people and you can barely see their posts. It doesn't show up on your feed anymore. I remember when it would show you posts in order how people you follow posted. We need to bring that back. Let's bring it back. I don't want to see a random person promoting another product on my homepage. The last time Instagram was somewhat okay was 2019, and during 2020 it just went downhill. Every single social media platform is trying to copy TikTok. They just keep bringing stupid features no one asks for. When I started being on social media, it felt like a safe space for me. Just seeing these other people post about their lives. For someone growing up in Eastern Europe, it felt like a completely different world. I come from a very small-minded family. They grew up in a very small town, never got to travel anywhere, and I always had these dreams of traveling and finding out about new places. Even before I get on social media, in school when we were learning about different countries and continents, I was like, oh my god, I need to travel. I need to visit every single of them. No one in my family ever understood that, so definitely social media was an escape for me. After I came home from school and did my homework and studied, I would go on Facebook or Instagram, YouTube, and live through other people's lives. On one hand, I feel like this has helped me a lot with my mindset and with my life, because I was going through abuse from my family, which I didn't know about back then before I joined social media. I thought that everyone is living like this, feeling like this. It's a topic you don't really talk about in school. You don't come up to your classmates and ask, oh, do your parents beat you up as well? Because you don't even know that you are being physically abused. My family would call it teaching you a lesson, so I just guessed this is how everyone teaches their children a lesson. But when I got online, I found out that it's physical abuse, and there are like so many things that I wouldn't have known otherwise without internet and without being on social media. So on one hand, I'm really grateful because I get to learn so many new languages, learn about different cultures, acquired so many skills. Right now, I am making money online, not through social media. I would love to, but yeah, I'm making money online, and I feel like if I wasn't on the internet from an early age, I would not have known that it's even possible. I started making money when I was 16. I wanted to make money as early as I could so that I could save up and move out at 18, not that I had to. My family was very, like, they would be the happiest if I stayed living with them forever. I just couldn't handle it, so ever since a young age I knew that I need to make money as soon as I can so that I can move out. I wasn't allowed to get a physical part-time job in the real world, so all I had left was figuring it out and find an online source of income, which I did multiple times, and I am so beyond grateful for the internet and social media and so many opportunities that I got just thanks to the internet. I met so many people who completely changed my life. It's just indescribable how grateful I feel for being online since young age. When I compare myself and my brother, he never was chronically online like me. He would just play video games, and I can completely see the difference in mindset and personality. I can so clearly see my parents' patterns and limiting beliefs in him. But on top of all this, there are also so many downsides that I completely understand why there are so many people who want to ban social media for children under the age of 13. When I first stumbled upon Tumblr, I quickly found out about a certain community. I was an overweight child my entire childhood. I always wanted to be like the other girls. I always wanted to be pretty and skinny and good looking. I had no social skills. I was that awkward, nerdy child. This community, it's so toxic for a young child to stumble upon that. I managed to lose so much weight in less than a year, but honestly it was done in such unhealthy way that I'm scared for children. Actually, I would skip meals in a ways that I would hide it. That completely messed up with my body. I was always the tallest child everywhere. I was always made fun of being super tall and being super fat. People would ask me if I'm sure that I'm in the right class. When I was 12 years old, I was already at 160 centimeters. I started to restrict and my growth completely stopped. I get to 175 later on, but for a solid year or two, I haven't grown at all. And back then, I was really grateful for it because I was just so ashamed of being so tall. I feel like that 1 or 2 years of really restricting myself at such a young age did so much damage to my body and mental health. I just learned to hate myself so much. The way I look, my hair, my voice, my personality, I just felt like I wasn't cool like all these girls I saw online. I didn't have the opportunities they had. I didn't have the skills they had. I had nothing. That's how I felt, honestly. And now sometimes I see children who are 12 years old, 13 years old on social media, and I know how damaging it was to me back then. And I feel like it wasn't this bad back then. Of course, there are haters, so much negativity as well, but right now I feel like everyone is just trying to rage bait you, being stupid online, and all the smart people who have no insecurities, they don't waste time commenting on other people's posts. When I see on TikTok someone commenting that they are 8 years old and scrolling through TikTok, oh my god. One time I saw a 3-year-old child scrolling on TikTok because I was waiting in line and the child wanted the mother's attention and the mother just gave it her phone and the child started to scroll on TikTok. I learned to compare so freaking hard at such a young age, and the social media wasn't that bad. People did Photoshop their pictures and edit, but right now it's so easy. Back then you needed to have at least some skills. Now all you need is Facetune, Canva, CapCut, and in one click you have completely new face and body. Don't even get me started with AI. How the heck is this legal? I saw so many people making pranks. There was this one guy who took a picture of a person who was in the same store as them. They made an AI video within a couple of seconds of them doing something illegal, and they showed it to the security guy inside the store, and they banned the guy from the store, even though he did nothing wrong, because the security guy thought it was a real video. I'm just speechless about this age of time, I don't even know if this can be regulated somehow. There is such a huge amount of AI content, and the speed of it's just gonna amplify more and more as time goes by. To me, it just feels insane, and I truly believe that internet theory. When I open the comment section, every single time it's some ChatGPT prompt response. It's a bot account just replying to random videos and random posts. And don't even get me started on people using AI to make videos or scripts. It just irks me so much. I just block someone when I see them do that. ChatGPT came out 4 years ago. It's insane that it has already been 4 years, and I feel like so many people got so hooked on it. Like they can't even think for themselves. They have no critical thinking skills left. Last week, when I was taking the public transport, there was this one girl who was asking ChatGPT why is her boyfriend beating her. First of all, I never sneak peek to anyone's phones, but the public transport was so full that I was squeezed onto her and I could see everything she was typing. Second of all, I just felt like telling her, girl, get up, stop talking to ChatGPT and just think for yourself and leave that. AI is supposed to make our lives easier, but I just feel like it makes a lot of people, including me, much dumber and dumber. I really don't want to live in a world where I compare myself to AI models and content creators who are purely made from AI. I just don't want to consume AI content. I don't want to listen to AI music. I don't want to watch AI made movies. I seriously wish there was a platform purely for non-AI content. Art is truly something that is so precious to so many people, and to see it being the first thing AI is replacing is crazy. Everyone was hoping that it would do the housework for you, make work easier for you, help you with school and your thinking capabilities, challenge you in a way to help you grow as a person. But all it does, it just takes your creativity away and your thinking ability. And lately there is this growing trend of people being offline, being a cool thing now. But in order to show that you are offline, you also have to come online and post about the stuff you are doing. If you're going on a vacation, you post your pictures from there. When people are reading a book, they also share it online. It just feels like we are living for the moment of posting it online rather than for the moment itself. I saw so many people showing their pictures from vacation when they weren't Instagram trained, as they call it, saying that their pictures sucked and how they're heartbroken because they have no good photos from their old vacation. I just get so annoyed when someone says this, because if you go on vacation now, and even I do this, okay, I'm not judging, I do it as well. When you go on vacation now, we are trying to get the best angle, aesthetic, lightning picture so that you can post it on your social media. But back then, you didn't care. You were living in the moment, just taking casually pictures as you go and living for the moment. Now, there are so many people who plan so many outfits ahead and spend entire day taking pictures for Instagram. There's nothing wrong about it, okay? Don't get me wrong, but it's just how curated it has become. Everyone knows it's fake. Instagram is fake, TikTok is fake, every social media platform is fake. I am personally craving that real feeling, like a real human connection. At the same time, if you are a content creator or want to start being a content creator, it just feels so demotivating because you see so many people sharing their perfect life and perfectly edited videos, pictures. When you compare it to yourself, it just feels like your content is not that good because you don't have the house that person has, you don't have that clothes that they wear, you don't have that luxury items that they own, you don't have that fancy lifestyle. When people say they want real content, like someone going to work or something, it doesn't get that much engagement. I have realized that people who work 9 to 5 or spend all their days working, studying, when you do all that, you do not want to go on TikTok and scroll for hours content about people who go to work, because that's your life. It just feels so complicated to figure out what people want online now. It feels like there is so much content these days, and I'm not talking about videos or pictures, I'm talking about articles and information. We were not supposed to get all this information all at once. It's seriously damaging our brains, and everyone knows that brain rot is real. For me, it's personally very difficult to imagine being offline, even though I feel like since I have moved out, I'm quite okay at it, especially during summertime. When it's sunny outside, I just don't feel like being on my phone. I just feel like being in the sun and sun rotting instead of bed rotting. But during winter, it's a really dark period for me. I probably can't really imagine going fully offline. At the same time, I really don't want to be on social media where you have to question everything and whether it's real. My latest pet peeve is AI models. When I open the comment section, it's people being completely clueless that it's AI. And there are people who are saying things like, I wish I was beautiful and smart like you, and it's all AI. She doesn't even exist. I'm honestly really curious to see where all this will go during 2021 and 2020. Everything has become so online, and now I feel people want to be offline more, meet up in person more. I would call myself an introvert, but I definitely miss offline events. The area where I live, there aren't that many events, but I would love to move out to a different city or country where there are more in-person events. I just feel like it has shifted so much during the past, let's say, 10 years. Comparing 2016 and 2026, completely different world. It feels like everyone has seen everything, everyone knows everything. Back then, Kylie Jenner got so big because of lip filler situation, and everyone was like discussing if celebrities are getting anything done, what's their secret, and now you can ask anyone, and unless they are gatekeeper, they will tell you everything they have done. And it's so accessible nowadays and so cheap, so I feel like there is no real surprise way of being unique. Back then, you could do anything. The internet was a new thing. Social media were new, but now there is so much content. One of the New Year's resolutions I have set for myself this year was to be more offline and connect more with people, because I honestly have no friends and I would like to change that. So fingers crossed for this year. I hope that we can all get through this AI wave together. Let's see how the world will be shaped by everything that's going on in this world. I really hope that you can find some peace and some time for yourself. I know it can be super stressful to be on the internet, but I think it's a really good thing if you know how to utilize it. Use it to your benefit. I know it's difficult to ignore the negatives. Let's just do the best we can. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please comment down below how the internet has shaped you and your thoughts about everything I just talked in this video. Let me know what you think, how the internet is going to look in a few years with AI. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more videos like this one. And also I talk mostly about self-care, mindset shifts, and self-worth. I hope I can see you in the next video next week as well. Until then, have an amazing week. Sending you so much love. Bye.